So, the thing in Amsterdam that you would have noticed is a lot of the groups are largely based around art and performance art. Of course, some performance art is just a bit pretentious and not very good at all, and some can be very interesting. For instance, observation really is what we're talking about when we're talking about art. Don't suppose you'd notice, for instance, that this is the shadow of a man's head, for instance, on the floor here. Please, could you pat your head? There's the shadow patting its head. Performance art. Let's kick that aside and go on to somebody who is really quite good at it. Because, as I say, there are ways of doing it so you get it right, and ways of doing it that are obviously completely wrong. To do it right, one has to be a completely committed person. In here lives Fabiola, and in here we're going to see what he does. So, Fabiola, how long have you... I mean, it's an extraordinary flat that you have here. How long have you been into your foil period, should we say?
No, I've been now 2 years in my foil, and I like to live in more in a church than in a house. You see, I have to live also in Amsterdam. It's a big problem with the houses, so I live here in this apartment. I like to say about my house, it's Atlantis. You know Atlantis?
Yes.
It's a culture, they have a big culture, and it's go on. Something has come back.
Yes.
So it's my fantasy.
It is a fabulous... I expect it looks very good at night as well with the lights on. What was your period before the foil?
Yeah, I have a period of plexiglass,
yeah,
and then kind of plastic. So different materials I use always to make my costumes and my house and all what I like.
It is extraordinary. Now,
yeah.
This is just your apartment we looked at, but of course the other thing that you're very famous for are your living statues.
Yeah. That is what I like, because there are so much dead things. You can see a painting and so, and I like to do something what everybody can see. You can see it on the street, you can see it on the museum, you can see it everywhere.
Yes.
You have not to go to the theater or to go to a movie. You can see it on the street,
yeah.
And that is what I like to do, body art on the street.
Yes.
A living painting.
It's excellent. And when you... somebody told me that it is... that you would say get into the position of whichever the statue was, and then you'd also have sort of you could collect money for it as well. So it's actually sort of making a living with the statue. I think it's an excellent.
No, I have a bourse from the government. They recognize my body art. Not much money, but it's enough for to live, and I be happy, because to be free is most. Nobody can pay the free to be free.
Have you found sometimes people just completely sort of walk past and don't realise that you're alive?
Yeah, sometimes when I do not move, like in the museum, and when they don't not know me, then they think I be a real statue.
Fabulous.
But after I move.
How long do you stay still for?
2 hours, 3 hours sometimes.
You're very, very fit to do that. Now,
I do everything with my art. I go with the flight, and I go with the train, and I go with the tram, and I go on the street. So I do go shopping. Everything I do with this clothes, and that is what I like to do.
In fact, you're about to get a plane fairly shortly to... where are you going to?
I go to Brussels today with a flight.
Yeah. And dressed as
this?
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. I hope that the douane will be not to be difficult, but...
you don't find customs people...
I was go like that also to America. I was go to San Francisco.
And what did the customs people say anything?
Yeah, they are very... maybe shocked, I don't know. After a while, it's okay.
Of course, no visit to Amsterdam would be complete without the visit to the red light district, which is a traditional part, because it is the sex and drug capital of the world. So obviously one would come here and everybody's is an anonymous stranger. OK, cut it there, please, Jeff.
Jools Holland, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is a family show.
There's a little voice inside my head. It tells me what I ought to have done. It tells me what I ought to have said. It drives me mad, and sometimes red with laughter, but I cannot shut. I doubt it hits me after each time that I've been together with a close and door somebody I have tried my very best for to impress. I'm so obsessed, trying to be nice and funny, but I cannot guess just what the voice will tell me. Wish I knew what to say, not have to whisper straight away. Yes, that would be great. Hey, esprit de l'escalier, don't you be so late, because I can't. Every time I end a phone call in my head, I hear a little buzz, I hear a little bell. I know it well, I know the voice is gonna tell me just as well. I might have been if only I had thought of everything I seem to do. You seem to take the silly turn, you seem to end a silly way. I can't explain, perhaps the voice will tell me, hey, why don't you stay? So you will see why I wish I knew what to say. say, not afterwards, but straight away. Yes, that would be great. Hey, esprit de l'escalier, don't you be so late, because I can't wait.
The big question in art and music is how do others see us? At the moment, you're seeing me, the soft focus beautifully lit, the light flaring off of my cheeks, and it suggests things as sophisticated as this. But that's not really our style, and I don't think that's really the sort of thing, sort of the Beaujolais Nouveau style that you want to see. So I can just reach into the camera myself. It's a shame you can't do this in the television sometimes, and just remove the focus, revealing a far more harder feel. In a moment, we're going to be seeing Claw's Boy's Claw, and I think that's more the sort of thing that we want. And it's going to be far higher. Suddenly, you're in a ballroom, aren't you? It's no longer of this sophistication. It's ballroom stuff, and you're expecting to hear. So let's have Claw Boy's Claw then.
Baby, just be born. So mean, love is sweet. So mean, sun is shining.